Welcome back to the run home. Let's catch up with the big ruckman from the West Coast Eagles. He was pretty good, particularly early against Luke Jackson on the weekend for his team. We speak of Bailey Williams. Bailey, welcome to the run home.
G'day, Paul. Cheers, mate.
How'd you see your battle with Luke Jackson in the ruck?
Yeah, as you said, I like the way I started the game. He's a great player, and he's going to be a great player for a long time, and one of the younger rucks, so it's always fun to go up with someone similar age and stuff. But no, mate, I thought I went okay. I'm still building into my ruck minutes. I haven't done a whole lot of ruck stuff recently, but no, it was okay. It was obviously a disappointing day, but I thought I had patches of okay form.
We saw in round one you were still building into your fitness. The cramp you got up there in Queensland, what was that like?
Round two that was. I went into the game a little bit underdone. I hadn't played a game in a couple of weeks, obviously with the pre-season bye, and then I didn't get selected round one. So, legs went in the third quarter, and then spent a couple of days at home after that. I think I was fighting off a bit of a virus, so probably didn't help in the Brisbane humidity, but. No, it was good to be back out there nonetheless.
How was it for you being left out? Because you've been a big part of this team in recent times. You've been the number one ruck, and most assumed that if you weren't going to be the number one ruck, you'd get a chance at the other role that you were probably recruited for, to be the forward ruck. But it must have been a pretty tough time with the new coach coming in and in the first round going another way.
Yeah, look, it was different. It's obviously never fun being left out of the side, but. In another view, it's healthy because the list we've got at the moment is we've got a little bit of competition for sides, and obviously Minnie went with Flinny for round one, and then the other spot for me was in the forward line, and we've got players that are playing pretty decent footy, like Archer Reid you would have seen on the weekend.
Yep.
He's shown very, very good things, and the likes of Jack Williams and that. So I'm never going to be a walk-up start to that forward line. So, it is what it is. It's on me, and, I'm happy to be back out there, though.
How do you think you'll go as a forward ruck? Because we've sort of been waiting for it to happen, but through circumstance, injury, and you doing pretty well in the ruck in recent times, you've been that ruckman. But that standalone position, do you think it would suit you?
Yeah, I do think it would, yeah. I think with the amount of rucking that I've done now, I would like to think that coming up against, other teams' second rucks and being able to impact as a forward, I'd back myself in. I think that could be a real strength. But, at the same time, forward form takes time, and I haven't played a lot of forward, so it's not even like I've played any waffle time as a forward at all. I've really just been playing in the ruck. So, I'd be open to the change, yeah, for sure.
A bit like Luke Jackson, he's played as a forward. It's not that easy. It's a certain craft that you need to learn. But I know you don't want to give too much away about him, but do you feel Luke Jackson could become the number one ruck at Freo and be one of the better rucks in the competition from what you saw on the weekend?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, mate, for sure. He obviously holds his own in there, and it's what he brings, around the ground as well. Like, I don't want to rave on about him too much, obviously, enemy lines, but mate, he's a great player, and he acts as an extra mid, and I think that's the modern day ruckman for you. So you've obviously got to be big, but you've got to be able to impact in other ways. So yeah.
Just leave it at that. Now, how did Minnie Mcqualter handle the review after that performance, and was it any different from what you'd seen rounds 1 and 2?
The review was different? The review. Look, it was pretty honest, mate. So we be honest, and we need to be held accountable to some stuff like skill errors and stuff. But we took a little bit of a different approach. I won't give away too much, but it wasn't so much watching vision. It was, understanding each other's roles and that cohesion as a team. I don't think we're that far off. I think if we can, get to bond with each other and play really good footy together, I think, it'll click, because I think it's just the skill errors that are hurting us at the moment.
You can't cover Jeremy McGovern. It's not going to be easy. He's too much of a superstar for your team, but you will have some options. You might be able to change a few things up. Who do you think will be likely to come in and get that chance?
Yeah, it's obviously big shoes to fill. I mean, I think, Harry Edwards has shown a lot. He's been waiting in the wings, playing in the waffle for a while, and I know that he would be pumped to step up. He's obviously been playing with Gov, so there's other boys as well. We picked up a new young boy, Sandy Brock.
Yep.
He's been playing some really good footy in the waffle and was really impressive over the pre-season. So I'm sure he would do a great job if he wanted to step up. Or we've also got the likes of Bo Allen. I know he's in his first year, but he's a high draft pick and he's been really impressive too. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Early in the show, I mentioned your name as a potential candidate to play in defence. Have you played defence at any stage, and would you be comfortable if they decided to go that way and utilise Matt Flynn back in the ruck and keep you in the team?
Oh, look, mate, I haven't played there a lot. I'd like to think that I would be able to. It's a completely different craft, and it's something that I just haven't trained at all. So I think it would be a bit of a shock to the system being down there, but who knows? I'd be open to it, but at the same time, I'm pretty happy being a ruck forward.
Not many thought that Rory Lobb could do it. He went back there and he saved his career. He's been playing terrific where the ball gets kicked to him. So maybe it is something for you
very true.
In the future. But hey, we've been talking a lot about Oscar Allen. Reports coming out that he did meet with Sam Mitchell. Do players in this day and age have an issue with players? But in this case, it's a little bit different because he is your captain meeting with other coaches mid-season.
Look, it's a tough one. Like, I honestly don't know anything about the Oscar Sam Mitchell situation, so it's sort of the first I'm sort of hearing about it. I've seen a couple of things online and that, but you try not to read into them at all. But look, I think individually you've got a lot to focus on, and we're just focusing on the Giants this week, and really it's a bit of a weird one. And honestly, I don't know much about it, mate. So yeah.
Was it addressed at all today at footy training?
No, nothing. No, not at all. No.
So obviously you just talked about the Giants and you take them on this week. They've been in pretty good form, albeit they lost to the Hot Hawks on the weekend. But what do you need to do to try and get the points against them?
Yeah, they're obviously, no pushover. They're a great side. And, we haven't gone too deep into prepping for GWS yet. Obviously still fresh off the Freo game. So today was more of a review about our weekend's performance, which is obviously disappointing, but we'll look to hone in on our craft and get to work this week at training for GWS.
How are you feeling about the road trip you've got coming up? You play GWS and then you head to Adelaide straight after, is my understanding.
Yeah, mate, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's actually, weirdly enough, it's come at a good time. I think we can really galvanise as a group and get away on the road and hopefully play some good footy. And, we've obviously got a lot of new players and new coaches. I think a week away would do us good, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm excited.
Was Jake Waterman going to be on the plane?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I don't know. He's been, sort of in and out of training. I'm not completely sure, but it's obviously a gun, so I'd love to have him.
Good work, mate. I'll just wrap that up.
Beautiful. Thank you, mate.
Now, just hang on a sec. Good work, mate. We hope that is the case, that he comes back into your team. But we do appreciate chatting with you, mate, and we'll wish you all the best against the Giants. Go well.
Cool, mate. Thanks for having me.